Hi guys, this is Elmarie from Worcester, Western Cape, South Africa. And that is where I'm recording from. It is the 29th of March, so we are going into the Easter weekend. Today is quite a cloudy day and it's been raining, so we are very grateful. As I said before, the Western Cape was in the middle of a severe drought, so we are truly grateful for the rain, every single drop of it. Okay, so this podcast is about my hand-dyed yarn, knitting, crocheting, spinning, sewing, whatever comes by in that direction. Every now and again, once in a blue moon, maybe you'll see me putting up a painting that I've done. I haven't painted commercially or as a job for nearly a year now. No, it's actually more than a year. It's about a year and a half that I decided to just not do that to myself anymore. So what do we talk about first? Knitting. I'm wearing my FO. See, you may notice that I've tucked it in. It came out a bit too big for me, but anyway, this pattern is a free Ravelry download. I'll just have to tuck that in a bit. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside in a bit. It's a free Ravelry download. The pattern is called Alpaca Cowl for Rhinebeck, but I'll put the link down below. It is my first official color work project that I did from a pattern. The first one looks like this. I just did this out of my head. Please don't look at the ribbon. It's terrible. This was my first one that I just did a trial with, and I turned it into a baby beanie size. But honestly, I won't give it or sell it to anybody because this ribbon looks terrible. But yeah, that's all different. And I have to say, I got my inspiration to start doing color work. I've been looking at it for a long time, and I thought, I don't understand this two-stranded thing. It looks way too complicated. And then I watched a ChemKnit's tutorial about two-strand color work, and I realized, wait, this isn't so difficult. So I did that as a trial, just out of my head, you know, just start doing something, and I got it right. And I thought, oh, okay, it's not so bad. In this tutorial, and it's a lovely tutorial, I'll add that as well in the description box. But in this tutorial, she actually says that the floats, which is inside, I'll show that to you now, shouldn't be, she doesn't want it too tight, because too tight is terrible. It puckers everything up. But not too loose either. So she uses a method to secure the strands in between that she's not using at that point to knit with. Yeah. I think I misunderstood because I did have it way too tight. So I had to cut off some of them. But I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. The whole thing looks like this. It really is very nice. I love my yarns. I love the pattern. I'm going to make one for me that's not this big, because as you can see, it really is too big. So it sort of flops open like this, and then you see all the floats on the inside. Now that is the floats. And this is where I made the mess, because as you can see, in between, like the yarn you're not using, like the white here, is like on this side. So I have to keep the white there because Alpaca's little head is still there and it still wants white. I have to keep the white on, but I only need it there where Alpaca's head is. The rest of the time I don't need it. So it has to be like one of the floats. But here's the thingy. You secure it with the other yarn by just slipping the one yarn underneath the other one, and that's where you really have to keep it loose, and I didn't, so it was way too tight, and I had to snip it off here. I'll show you quickly, because the middle piece actually fits very nicely. I'll talk about that bit now. Okay, so right here, you'll see I've got these little bumpies here. That's where I had to sew them together, and I just knotted them together as well to make sure that they don't go anywhere. That middle piece, I had to sort of snip it off, just all the floats here in the middle there, and I snipped it off, and I just pulled this whole, because I couldn't get it over my head. That's how tight it was. So I just pulled it out like this until it was the right length or the right width for me to get it over my head. And I just sewed it together. And for a while there, I thought, I'm not going to tell anybody about this, because I thought I was the only one that did that. Apparently I'm not. Yes. In Afrikaans, we've got an Afrikaans word for this. Dit word knoei. It's called knoei. Jy knoei. You fix something sort of on the background where nobody can see it. Well, anyway, I had to knoei this. But now, if you look at it like this, then you can see that the ribbing is too large. The ribbing is way too loose. You see? So I've got this floppy business over here, which is actually normal, except that in my case it makes it too big. So I can wear it if I tuck in the ribbing like so. I can wear it like this, I guess. Or I can ask my husband if he wants this, and I'll make myself a smaller one. Not really a smaller one, just one where I'm not going to change this in the middle, but the ribbing I will definitely change. I will most definitely change that, because it's just too wide. Anyway, I can get over his head. He can have it, and I'll make another one just with a different color, and this is going to irritate me. You can see the inside works on my nerves. But I love the color work, so I so want one for myself. I just think this is going to be more male size one. Anywho, I did it with these colors that I dyed up for myself. I got a whole, well, about a third of a cone of a sample yarn, which was this. It's a thicker one. You'll see it's like a 3-ply, but it's quite thick actually, and it still doesn't want to zoom in. Ooh, zoom in. Can you see it? I hope so. Anyway, these are the colors I chose. If I should do a gray again on this side, I'll definitely do it lighter. As you can see the feet of my sheep and my llamas, but not really defined, you know. Anyway, I like the colors. I like the colors. There are colors that I have dyed up in the double knit, which is slightly thinner than this, and that has to dry, and then I'll make some more of these. Yes, and I will sell them. I'm also going to buy the yarn, the other pattern for the beanie that this one is based on. This pattern is based, and you'll see it's actually written, based on another pattern that's a paying pattern that you can get on Ravelry as well. Now to talk about the needles, I worked with Knit Bro Cubics, and I want to show you quickly because I don't think I'm going to continue working with them. As I said before, for me the tip of a needle is really important. The way I work, I need a tip. And although the cubics are supposed to work for people who have arthritis in their hands, I'm not so sure about that. If you take a look at these tips, this one at the back is just a normal Symphony Rosewood rounded needle, and this is the cubic. And if you take a look at those tips, you'll see that the rounded one has a much more tapered tip, which I prefer. So the next one I'm going to do will be with this needle, which is a 4mm. Although the pattern suggests a 4.5, but I'll work with the 4. And then I'm going to use this cable. These are interchangeable, so that's fine. I'll take this cable, which is slightly longer, I think. Which cable is... Oh no, this one is longer. This one is actually longer. I think this is a 60. This is actually the one asked for. 24 inch, I think that's a 60 centimeter cable. So I might just cast on this. Anyway, that's as far as FOs are. Whips are still the same. No, actually, whips, I have the blanket running on that side. I'm not even going to show that to you. And then I have the shawl, this one, which is just the liner shawl. And I've got this match of this colorway, which is silver threads and golden needles. And this one wearing grey skies turned to blue. So I'm nearly done with this one, and then I'll start with this one. It's taking ages. Oh, and I'm working with Chiago. You see those tips? That's just very much similar to Addy Lace. That's the type of tip I like. I just like them like that. I don't like them rounded. Just doesn't work for my hands. And the blanket, I'll probably be casting on tonight again. I have to decide whether my next project is going to be the cardigan or the shrug that I had planned, or whether it's going to be another one of these. I really like these, but I think I'm going to do the shrug now. And then I'll do, in similar colors, I'll just have one of these. I'll see. Anyway, shop updates, there's none, because my website isn't done yet. The girl working on that is still working on it. It's not that she's not working on it, she had a bit of technical issues. So hopefully it will get here soon. Then I will be doing regular shop updates. I will also then be starting the Ravelry group. As soon as the Ravelry group is up, I need at least 3 people to come with me on that Ravelry group. And then when that's done, I will... When that one is done, when the Ravelry group is done, I will have a giveaway for 100 people on following me on Ravelry and on YouTube. So that's what will happen then. Okay, so these are some of the new colors. As I said before, I am currently sort of experimenting with autumn and winter colors. I have found 2 colors that I think I will stick to. Actually 3, 4. This one is one of my favorites. Haven't got a name for it yet. And this one, I do have a name for. It's called My Brown Eyed Girl. And this one, I don't have a name for, but you can see it's like a mint with copper bits in between. These are available in Simonstown in Knit Shop Love, and also at the Walmart in Robertson. I think one of these are available there as well, but I've got some in store as well. I will put those amounts on my Facebook page. This, I think I also have some, and this I most definitely have some from to sell directly. So let's see. I haven't got a name for it yet. No, I'm all out of names. Actually, I thought about a name, and then I wasn't sure if that would work. This was actually supposed to be an old Afrikaans song, Al lê die berge nog so blauw. But I'm not sure if I have enough. Well, I think I'm going to stick to the name. Al lê die berge nog so blauw. That's a very old Afrikaans song. If you know anything about Afrikaans, you will know the song. Yeah. With the blues and the greens and the brown in there. Okay, but I've got two others on the drying out that I think will be more towards regular colors. And then also I have the within those colors I have solids and semi-solids, which will most definitely be regulars. So my regulars will be mostly solids and semi-solids. Let me just get this down again. But yeah, so that's it. There's nothing to talk about anymore about dyeing or shop updates. Sewing, I'm still busy with a skirt. I got my sister-in-law's overlocker, or serger as the British people call it. I've got the overlocker with me. It's not the best quality one. Her husband bought it for her and she never used it, as in never once. And then my mother-in-law did thread it and she used it once and it works fine. And then eventually it's gotten to me. I've threaded it as well and it works fine. It's not a high quality one. It's an Ingersoll model S4D. You buy it at Game, which anybody living in South Africa will say aye. But never mind, it's fine. It works. So, and then I've got this fabric that I bought also at the Walmart. It's a cotton stretch. It's cotton and lycra, if I'm not mistaken. And it's lovely. It's nice and thick. It's a winter material. So yeah, I started the skirt with it. It's not done yet. I still need to do the seam at the bottom seam. I still have to do that, and just maybe do a top stitch at here at where the band is. I don't know what you call it in English now. The word sort of escaped me. My Afrikaans is dis die band here at the top. I'm gonna top stitch that just to tidy it up, and then it should be finished. Nobody is allowed to ever look on the inside of that skirt, ever. It looks terrible, but when I've got it on, it works, so that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, as far as, well, the rest will be about what's going on in my life. If you would like to stay around and listen. We are currently on a health eating mission. I bought a book from Johan Jacobs. He's a South African guy who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when he was 30, and well, by God's grace, but also through a lot of information, is currently healthy and walking. And most of it, as we said, was through, as I already said, was a lot of prayer, but also because he changed his entire lifestyle. He changed his entire diet, going organic, living from produce that has been organically grown or raised. He, for instance, has organic wheat that he grinds daily. So it's that sort of thing, you know. So we're on that idea, although it's not really happening. I'm still trying to set up my vegetable garden. That's not happening either. So that's the one bit. The other bit is, what else can I tell you about? I'm on a mission at the moment to see to it that most of my clothes in my cupboard is handmade by Wena. Wena means me. If you're not from South Africa, if you're from South Africa, you will know exactly what Wena means. I'm not sure which, if it's a Xhosa or a Zulu word, but it's one of them. And from there, the sewing, the making of a skirt, the rest of this fabric will become a top. I'm planning of doing some more of these accessories just to wear on a general basis, and also then a cardigan or shrugs or whatever. Never done a cardigan in my entire life. I've never done a sweater in my entire life. So yeah, challenge to say the least. So I'll be doing that. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys about, but I can't remember what. We will be going on a trip to the Transvaal, Gauteng, as they call it these days, but most of us still call it the Transvaal. We'll be going there. We'll be leaving on the 24th of April, and we will be there for a week. And I'm actually very excited because there's one of the ladies that I really want to visit. I think she's one of my cotton suppliers, and we've never actually met each other. We've never talked, and I'm quite excited about that. I've promised her that when I ever get that side, I'll stick her for coffee. So I want to do that. And other than that, it will just be time for my husband and me. It's just too hectic. Oh, and the other wonderful thing that's happening is I'm getting help in my house. Oh, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so excited. I can't tell you. I'm a terrible housewife. I'm not even gonna. I've said that before. I'll say it again. I'm open about it. I'm not the housewifey type. I'm an artist. So if I'm busy creating something, I'm happy. If I have to clean up after other people, I'm not happy. If I have to clean up 3 times in a row, I get very, very grumpy. Honestly, I do. I get like miserable, like the most miserable person you can even think of. I really do. So I am very excited, to say the very, very least, because on Saturday I will have a lady coming in and cleaning this house. And if she does it well and we get along fine, and she has days open, I will be able to bring her in at least once a week, or at least twice a month, which is so much less stress on me. Honestly, guys, I can't even explain how excited I am about that. I really, really am. it's either I get help in the house or I'm going to have to get psychological help. And I still think that help in our house is less expensive than a psychologist. And I don't believe in psychologists, and I don't believe in psychiatrists. I also don't believe in all those chemicals they pour into your body. What I do believe in is listening to your body and listening to your brain, and just, I need help. I need help cleaning this house before I bite off somebody's head and end up in some psychiatric ward of some sorts, because I'm not made for that. That is one of my exciting bits of news. The other one is the traveling, but I'll talk to you again about that before we leave. I will see you guys again. This is quite a shorter episode than usual. I will talk to you guys again. Oh, just one little thing. Please, 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 please. Those of you who are actually following the knitting tutorial of the socks, I need to know from you guys if it is worthwhile, because if it's not usable, then I want to delete it and not do it anymore. It is not because I don't want to do it, it's just it takes a lot of time, and if it's not going to be used, then it's not worth it. It's as simple as that. It's like I feel about cutlery. If it's not being used, it's not worth having, you know. So if anybody is currently using it, please tell me, and tell me if it's usable, if you can actually understand what I'm saying and explaining to you, and if it's helping you. If it's not helping you and it's not usable, it's not worth watching, please let me know, because I'll just delete it. I'll try again at some other stage. But to be very honest, it is nerve-wracking to do those videos to start with, because I did a lot of crochet tutorials, and crochet, because crocheting isn't difficult for me at all, and it's not a thinking process, it was easy for me to do. Knitting is a whole different thing, and although I love helping people to learn things, I really do, I love helping people to learn things. If what I'm putting up is not worth watching to learn from, please just let me know. I really do need to know if it's understandable. There will be little irritations. I know there will be irritations. There will be things that will probably irritate people a lot. But I need to know if at least it is usable. So let me know, please. And if it is, I will continue. I am currently on the heel turn. The next is picking up stitches and gusset. Yeah. So if it's usable, please let me know and I'll continue. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you again next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Be blessed and bye.